Hey, hi, Sachin.
Hi.
Sorry,
Hi.
I got a bit late here.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
Let's get started. Myself, Manish. I'll give a brief intro about myself. Myself, Manish. I have been in Razorpay for almost half a decade. I've been here working in multiple teams. Yeah. Currently, I'm a part of this fraud detection and risk management team. Can you give a brief intro about yourself as well?
Sure. I am Sachin. I am full stack engineer. I am leading a team of 3 engineers at Finsoft. We are building a sentiment analysis product. I have been working in full stack since starting of my career. Tech stack has been React, Node, Python. Since 1 year, I've been building AI agents, couple of places in our product and personal use cases. And yeah, it's been 5.9 years building and deploying all of it. Yeah.
Let's get started. So this is primarily going to be HLD round to the time permits. Then we will move on to go into the LLD component of it.
Okay.
Right? But that is if the time permits. Right?
Yes.
Primarily we're going to focus on HLD component of it.
Yeah.
Right. Can you share your screen, open Excel or whatever you want to open. So you have to design the notifications of the system. The system should accept internal as well as external notification. It can accept a template, and it can accept uh, you know uh, uh, it can accept like a template and a message that you want to deliver, and you can have a list of channels, a list of customer ID to which you want to target. The template, for example, you might deliver something like maybe you want a birth date, and you have a list of customer, where their birth date is. You can pick it and generate the final template. So there can have multiple channels. We want to opt in for email, SMS, and the system should be extensible so that it can be extended to other channels as well. So yeah, that's the gist of the design that we would want to assist in. Okay.
Okay. I okay. I should write it down then. So basically, you have to build a notification service. You can say basically, right? Service is something that, and it should be able to uh, functional requirements. I'm having is accept internal plus external request, right? Yes, it should.
It should be like more like a third party service.
Yes.
Kind of company that provides this.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, it should accept like a template ID as well, right? Or it can accept a raw message as well. You are saying?
Let's keep it. Oh yeah, it can accept a raw message as well. Correct. That is
raw message. I'm keeping it like this, basically.
right. So it can have things like high priority messages, low priority messages, transactional messages that needs to be sent immediately versus uh, marketing campaign or something like that. That can
Marketing.
Mhm. That takes lower priority than a transactional.
Transactional, right? Okay.
So you can have these side of being the system.
Yes. And the second point you raised the priority basically. A list of channels as well. I have to basically pick from it, and list of customer IDs also. It can pick.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, these are the 3 things, right? Um, template ID it can accept. Template variable. I think it should also accept, right? At some point, basically, it should support some kind of a template variables as well.
Sure.
I'm just assuming like you have to help me with this template variable things, and maybe I'm assuming this part would be there actually, like birth date you mentioned, right? So basically, I'm assuming like this. Let's say this channels. I mean these customers, right? These customer and these channels will also have some cross connection, like which user channel we should be following up or something like that. They can opt out or opt in or something, or we can keep it simple for now.
Yeah, someone can whether they want to message to be delivered on SMS or which channel they want to do. What was the number of connection you estimated?
Uh, I did not estimate actually that part, like how many DB connections that.
I heard something like that, this number of connection is not doing to your file.
I'm
Okay,
assuming like let's say if you're making 500 requests, right? So 500 requests does not exactly mean that we need to make 500 notification calls. So basically, let's say we have one channel and 500 users, right? So it is going to be 500 notifications sent, right? This is one request specifically, and maybe if there is one template ID, then Postgres is going to pull that data, pull that template data at once. So there won't be any 500 thing. In the best case scenario, it could be one DB call you have to make. In the worst case scenario, there is going to be 500 calls you have to make. Let's say we face issue with the Postgres not able to handle that. Then we may need to add a caching layer to it. But I'm assuming with 500, there would not be much of a caching required because there is not a lot of, in peak cases, there would be, but in normal cases, there would not be much of a thing like 100 connections, concurrent connections can exist for Postgres. So that can be manageable by Postgres alone. External service API gateway, auth notification service, notification, auth messaging queue. Messaging queue you have chosen as Kafka. Why Kafka? Why not RabbitMQ, SPS, or any other? The reason to use Kafka in this, not BullMQ or Redis Queue or anything like that. What is the reason? I have used BullMQ as such. Kafka I have theoretically known. So my understanding of this problem would be is basically, let's say, when you want real good throughput, then Kafka does good job because it is distributed ledger, and that is one thing performance wise. Basic. I mean, Redis Queue and this BullMQ, these are much simpler ways to handle it. So you are talking about 10 notifications, right, per day. If I have to deal with that scale, then of course Kafka is overkill in this situation. We would be going for something simpler like BullMQ or Redis Queue and all of that. Kafka is for enterprise applications basically. So where you are dealing with a lot of skill, then you do it. Why not go with an SQS? I mean, SQS is something that I have not used, but yeah. Can you zoom a bit more? I want to take this. Sorry, just one second. You have chosen Kafka. Then how? At which step the template is rendered? At which step the final template is rendered? It is supposed to be here basically. So it will go to notification service. Then we're going to fetch the template and the users, and then before pushing to queue, right? So this is where we are going to do it. Yeah. Why not opt for ingestion at just when you are sending the data, when you're sending the messages or email or WhatsApp? Okay, can you please repeat? I did not get you. Ingestion means? So you have pre-ingested under template into before pushing into the queue, or maybe primarily before the worker picks it up, right? Yeah. Well, what are the alternatives? What another alternative I can think is that just before sending it, then only start rendering the template. Why save it all? One case could be before pushing to the worker, we can do that actually. So we can render the template as well. It has to be done on more like application layer rendering. You can do. Do you find any difference? Like, would it impact any system anyhow? It It might. Let's say user does not exist or template has some corrupt data or something like that. Then you are pushing the wrong template to it. You don't want to do that basically. So this is why we have to basically follow this process of template rendering. Once template is rendered properly, then we are sure. Then we are going to send that data, right? Otherwise, we have. But yes, in this case, let's say if we do it not in this way, right? If we do it before pushing, then there would be chances of we are doing multiple things together. We are pulling the user data, template data, and then we are doing the rendering of it, like a standard message that we want to send. Then the CPU can spike as well. CPU can take up the memory, and it can crash as well. So basically that. How are you prioritizing the? So, for example, transaction SMS has to be faster than has to be with a has to be with a has a higher priority than a marketing SMS. Does the system caters to that? No, not at the moment it does. We have not gone through this particular scenario where how does this handle this priority message. There could be, if we are let's say we deal with Kafka, right? We can have two topics, right? Critical messages, critical and non-critical, basically marketing messages. Basically, depending on the priority wise, right? Now, in this case, what will happen is critical messages are going to be picked up, like OTP and everything is going to be picked up first, and there could be dedicated workers you can assign for this. That will be handled by it. What is the approach? Can you explain again? Yes. So this message queue, right? If you are dealing with Kafka, then we can have like multiple instances of Kafka. Some of them are totally dedicated for the critical workers. Multiple instances where the separate broker is going to be deployed. Yes. I want to talk about one last question. That so you initially walked me through that the rate limiting is going to be necessary. Where is that rate limiting going to reside? Rate limiting is going to get decided at, in the whole process. So first thing would be the API gateway layer, right? Where we have like API gateway, like edge layer, where we can rate limit the user first. That is the standard approach. Second could be the at application layer, basically per user per quota. Basically, this is going to be defined here. Third could be defined before these workers as well. So these workers can have their own rate limit setup as well. That let's say this X email provider only allows 500 these notifications at every second. Then it should be rate limited as well. So at 3 level you have to do, like at API gateway, that is standard, application layer, that is with notification service, and then with workers, basically. That is the third one. That's it, Sachin. From my end, if you have any questions, let me know. Sure. You can tell me more about the role, the impact of my work, what I'll be working on, what are the biggest challenges that team is facing right now. So, in terms of what you would be working, what exactly would be working, which team you are going to be, I don't have a clarity. I don't think interviewer get that clarity. That is something that HR decides. But what I can tell you that what are the engineering challenges we have right now is mostly in terms of scale. The scale that we operate, Razorpay processes roughly 18% of entire India's hardware. 20% of entire India's UPI payment. The volume of payment that we serve, that brings up challenges at scale. So writing select star is very easy, but try that select star for millions of rows. Then you run issues that you don't even know, right? So these kinds of engineering challenges we deal. Second, I think we are among few companies, in few startup companies, at least in India, that I know on my personal level, not derived from any metrics or something like that. That are sort of leading the curve in terms of AI adoption and AI usage. So with AI coming in, we have the idea is to agentic payment. Actually, everything has to pivot in that direction. Give us that turns out to be fruitful as well, right? It's not just go blindly do it and then wait for customer to hey, it's not working. Yeah. So in terms of product, this is one challenge. In terms of engineering and problem, the scale is interesting challenge to solve for. Yes, Manish, that's all I wanted to know. Yeah. Sure. Have a good day. You too. Bye.